We sent the offers out to the agents, and now we wait for a response, or we make a phone call to them and we let them know we shot them the offer. There's going to be a lot of times you're going to come across agents that suck. A lot of agents suck. Not every agent. There's a lot of cool agents you'll meet as well. But this is why I need to make this lesson, because you're going to be dealing with a lot of agent pushback. And here are some ways I handle that. There's sometimes I get responses like, my client won't be interested in that, or I'm not presenting that to my client. And this is exactly what I do right here. I don't deal with the BS. So what I'm just going to do, I'm going to go type in True People Search on Google. I'm going to hit this website right here. I'm going to put the address of the property I'm offering on, and I'm going to call the seller directly. And I'm going to say, hey, I just tried to call your agent to make an offer. I'm an investor. I placed an offer on this property and your agent's not presenting it to you. Your agent isn't in your best interest, and do you mind if I work directly with you? And I'll present the offer to the seller. Like, guys, an agent's supposed to present every single offer that comes across their desk. And that's usually what I do. I just sneak right around the agent. There's times, and agents, I'm sorry for this, there's a lot of deals I've done where I did this and I had the seller delist with the agent, and I actually gave the seller more money. And I literally told that to the seller. I'm like, hey, I don't mind if you do the deal with the agent and you pay them. Obviously, you signed the agreement with the agent, so you're going to have to pay them a commission. Now, they didn't do any single work on this deal. You've been on market for 90 days. I'm the one that found you. They didn't find me. Do you really want to pay your agent, or do you want to delist with them? I'll give you more money because I don't have to pay the agent commission anymore, or you don't have to pay the agent commission anymore, and you'll have more money in your pocket. But let me know what you want to do. I'm cool with whatever. And there's been so many times I had sellers delist, and I actually just turned it to a direct-to-seller deal. We'll get a lot of things like that. Or a lot of times, agents will just kind of fight back and say, hey, would you be willing to do a balloon? Meaning, like, a balloon is, remember on our terms right here, I'll show you what's the terms, where we offered $601 a month until the remaining balance is paid off. With the balloon, a lot of agents will ask that. And all a balloon is just a certain period, let's just say 5 years. These terms are literally set in stone, and then in 5 years, whatever's left over, so let's just say we had $50,000 left to pay because we're paying $600 a month for 5 years straight. And then when that 5-year mark hits, whatever's left is owed at that moment. So usually why agents like to do balloons is because it's like, okay, you can get your terms for a little bit, and then in 5 years, you pay down the loan enough, you can go and get a new loan and cash my seller all the way out so they don't have to wait 30 years or 20 years to get their whole price they were looking for. Agents will usually ask me that. I usually try to negotiate with no balloon, or if anything, at minimum, I'll try to get either a 7 to 10 year balloon. 7, 8, 9, 10 years at least. My first negotiation tactic is always going to be trying to raise that purchase price. That's why in the previous video, I'm not offering over asking price like how the system defaults to. I like to offer asking price, because now when the agent wants to negotiate with me, I'll be like, hey, totally appreciate you getting back to me with what your client said. Is there any way I could come in $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 over asking price, but I still get these terms I'm looking for? Like, I'd rather pay more to the seller, because a balloon would really kill my returns and kill my monthly payments. Because when I do refinance out, I might get a 6 to 7% interest rate loan, and it doesn't work out anymore, and it kills my cash flow. And I'll explain it like that, and the agent will kind of be the middleman between the negotiation. And a lot of times I'm willing to go up on the purchase price as long as I can get that monthly payment with no balloon. I can't go and tell you everything that's going to happen in a negotiation or everything that's going to happen on an agent call, because I still see new things every single day. There's just not something you can always be prepared for. That's why you have to have a good foundation and just a couple tools in your tool belt where you can just read and react. That's the cool thing with the agent. They're the middleman. The agent can present you terms and you can just say, hey, thanks for sending these over to me. I'll get back to you in the next couple days. Nothing wrong with that. And then you can go back to the drawing board, draw it out. You don't have to make the answer over the phone. Does that make sense? You can go reach out to somebody like me, reach out to the Discord that's connected to Deal Sniper, communicate with us, and we can give you the best thing to say. That's honestly going to be the way you learn how to react to everything. It's just being in situations all the time. I can't make a video telling you every single situation because you're just going to forget them. Does that make sense? But I gave you one, and that is going up on the purchase price to kind of get something away from what the seller offered or countered us with. Now, the most important thing, I put this on the last thing right here. Building relationships with the agent. It's always the most important thing. I don't care if the agent is giving you BS and being real rude to you. Always carry a level of class with you. You don't want to be rude back to the agent. Now, I will go behind the agent's back sometimes if they're really just not working with me. But 99% of the time, I'm always going to try to establish that relationship with the agent, even if the deal doesn't make sense. Even if their client says, hell no, I'm going to just connect with the agent and try to build that rapport. Because you never know, they can bring you a killer seller finance deal or a killer subject to deal to you in the future. So make sure you're really going for that relationship on these deals. Don't comment saying, how do I build a relationship with an agent? Guys, we're human. Everybody has their own way of building a relationship with somebody. I build rapport my own way with all the experience I've lived in life and the way I talk, the way I communicate. There's not one way to build rapport. So I've had so many questions like, how do you build relationships with people? There's no right answer. So don't comment, how do I build a relationship with somebody? Figure out your own style on building rapport, and you want to work on that. I will see you guys in the next video. Let's get to it.